Hey guys, welcome back. So today is the 29th of December and I have just finished my chemotherapy for today. This is round 15 out of 16 and I only have one more. Yay, I'm so excited. So I just wanted to share with you guys the side effects that I normally have right after chemo. So since I did it today, let's just go over what happens when I get there. Normally when I get to the hospital, I do labs because labs have to be drawn every time before I start chemo because they want to make sure my values are within normal range and my body will be able to tolerate the drugs that they're going to be putting into my system. So they want to make sure that my liver is functioning. They're going to make sure that my kidneys are functioning. They want to make sure my white cells are enough. And you know, they just want to make sure overall I'm okay. My chemistry, my electrolytes are okay. So that's pretty much what they look forward when I do my labs. And if there's any fluctuation, they will have to adjust the chemotherapy because chemo is normally made for you, specific for you, based on your chemistry and your whole profile. So if I get chemo today and everything is great, then that's just the chemo I get today. It's not like I'm gonna get the same chemo next week. It'll be based off of how I am looking next week and how I tolerated this week. So yeah, that's just a little brief synopsis of what chemo, how they determine how much chemo and the strength, I guess, of the chemotherapy that they give you. So I do the labs. After the labs, sometimes I will go to see my oncologist, and that's just like a checkup to see if I am tolerating it, you know, mentally and emotionally and physically. If I have any complaints, then that's when I normally talk to my oncologist about it. I mean, I still have access to her emails and calls, you know, I can do that, but I normally do that under extreme situations. Like if I'm at home and I'm having like a lot of nausea and vomit and medication's not helping, then I'll reach out to her. And my oncologist has been very, very good. Dr. Mizell here at Emory in Atlanta, she is awesome. She's so sweet. She really listens to all of my concerns, no matter how crazy they are, and sometimes I have some real crazy ones. She makes me feel like I'm not crazy, and she'll totally answer them no matter how off the wall they are. She's honestly, my team is honestly what keeps me there at Emory. But yeah, she's been great. After I see her, then I will go down to the chemo floor, which is at the bottom of the hospital. Not the total bottom, but at the bottom, one of the lower levels. And then I will wait in line. They take my labs, not my labs, they'll take my vitals again, my blood pressure and temperature before I go in the back. And at that time, when I am pulled in the back, I get my little blanket, sit in my chair, wait for my nurse, and we wait. We wait for my labs to come back. Sometimes they're not back, and sometimes they are. Once they come back, they go to the pharmacy, and then the pharmacy will make my chemotherapy based on my labs, my lab chemistry. And and I get little snacks and stuff. So I get comfy and I put on my little cold socks and cold mitts about 15 minutes before I start chemotherapy. Now, prior to starting chemotherapy, the nurse will, which you already seen in the video, probably on Instagram if you watched it, but they'll prep me for chemo, so I get prepped. So with Taxol, the major side effect, one of the things to look for, what Taxol can do is give nerve damage. So I have to be very, very careful with the pains that I have, the pain that I have in my hands and my feet. And it looks ugly, and they're very tender. The nail bed is tender to me, especially under like warm water. It's just very tender. And my feet are the same way. My big toe is discolored, the rest are not. But I just watch out for that, and when I do feel that, I have medication to help with that, and I also use ice packs when I'm at home. So I'll just either put it in my sock, or I will just put it on the pillow and just put my feet on the pillow on top of the ice. So yeah, so let's go back to the medication that they prep me with. They give me Prevacid because, you know, it messes up your gut. The chemo totally messes up your gut. So I get the Prevacid to calm my stomach. I also get sorry you guys, chemo brain is real. It's like I'll have a thought and it'll just I'll totally forget what I'm saying mid-sentence. Like, who does that? I never had that problem before. But yeah, I get the Prevacid, I get Benadryl, and then I get Dexamethasone IV. So what happens is, I call it a roller coaster ride, because what normally happens is that you take the Prevacid, and then right after Prevacid you get the Benadryl. And if you've ever taken Benadryl, you know that Benadryl makes you drowsy. So the IV form of it, it's like much more potent. It is much more potent. There's been a couple times where the pharmacist down there has had to adjust the dosage and the route that I take the Benadryl, because the interaction between the Benadryl and the Dexamethasone has caused me to get restless leg syndrome, which I talked about in a previous video. But it's just an uneasy, agitating feeling that you get in your legs, and you just feel like things are crawling in your calves and you just can't stay still. So it's like your nerves are so bad. But anyway, I get that. So what the Benadryl does, it makes me feel really loopy, drowsy, and sleepy. And then right after that, I get the Dexamethasone for IV hanging, and that's at a slower rate. And since we've been doing it at a slower rate, I haven't had that reaction. And also, I take Ativan. I take my Ativan to help with those symptoms as well, because I think the Ativan will, what it does is, because it calms you so much, because it's anti-anxiety, you know, and it's just one of those medications that you're not supposed to take for a long period of time. But in this case, I have to take it because it's what helps me to get through to chemo. So I'll take maybe a 0.5, and that will help. If the 0.5 doesn't help, then I'll just take 2 of them. And you know, if I take 2 of them, I can't walk out of that place after chemotherapy. But sorry. So yeah, so I'll get my medications, and after all that's done, then we'll start chemo. And then they hang the Taxol. And I don't have, all those medications are given to help prevent an adverse reaction to the Taxol. So far I haven't had any, cross my fingers, because I have one more left. I haven't had any real bad adverse reactions to the Taxol. It's been easy going so far in the hospital. And when I get home, I'm super duper tired. My scalp, I get hot flashes, so I have to take this off. Like right after chemo, I get really hot, and I just try to relax. So when I get home, I try to sleep. I don't have to try, I do sleep. I just woke up from my nap now, and I decided to do this video because I'm just here, and the kids are here, so if you hear them, excuse the noise, please. But yeah, this is where they accessed my port. It's probably time to take this off now. It doesn't really bleed. I have to be very careful because with chemo my skin is sensitive with the tape. And let's see, this is the port, and I'll be having it taken out right after chemo. I'm so excited. Not excited for another surgery, but I'm excited to have this taken out because it'll be one less thing that I have to worry about. And then I can probably sleep normal for a little bit, because I'm gonna have to have a surgery again in a few months, major surgery. But it's so uncomfortable to sleep with this for the first few weeks because it's attached to everything. The port goes right into my heart. So this one goes into my heart. This one that I had, the old one, you can still see the scar tissue. It's ugly. It got infected, so that's why I had to have a new one done. And this one was connected to my vein in my neck. You can still see the scar. But anyway, it's healing. I'm fine, doing great. This one, my surgical oncologist did and was so awesome. My surgical oncologist is the one that performed the surgery on my breasts. So he did this one. This one was just done by hospital staff. No shade, I'm just saying. It didn't work out for me. I had to go back to what I know. Anyway, I don't think I have anything to say, anything else to say. I just wanted to share with you guys my symptoms or how I felt after chemo, because it's rough. It's rough. I'm not feeling nauseated right now. Don't have any headaches right now. Important thing is to stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Drinks lots of fluids. Eat bananas, my potassium, because for some reason maybe an Taxol depletes my potassium. So I have to be eating a lot of bananas, potatoes, and I take potassium pills. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna leave you guys now, and I'll be back for another video. Maybe I'll do day 2 of chemo, see how that works. I don't know. We'll see if I have the time, or even if you guys are interested in watching it. Or comment below on a video that you would like for me to do, whether it's chemo related or not, and I'll go ahead and do that for you guys. Anyways, thank you guys for the support and all the love and the prayers. I really do appreciate them. I really do appreciate them so much. I can't talk anymore. My vocabulary is like shot. So hopefully that comes back after chemo too. Anyway, love you babies. Bye.